Yo, what is up? What's poppin'? You know it ain't no stopping. It is your boy, the International Sensei, and welcome to the Enter the DOJO podcast, your source for all things fighting related, whether that is combat sports or fighting games. And today, I like to rhyme, and it is time for a story time. Damn it, that timing was off, but it's all good. It is what it is. So the story time today is the Taekwondo weight cutting. Now, when I first started martial arts, I started in karate, and karate rules, now recently, like a while back they changed it. But when I was first coming up as a kid, they really didn't do weight classes. What they did was short and tall. So they would corral all the kids together. They would look at y'all, say, okay, you're short, you're short, you're short, you're tall, you're tall, you're tall. So they would match up all the short kids and then match up all the tall kids. And then at the end, the shortest kid that won would fight the tallest kid that won, and then they would have the winner of like the actual tournament or whatever. So going in karate, that's what I was used to. So I was never really like super focused on cutting weight and things like that, and not really worrying about it. So when I switched over, because I wanted a different sport, I had got my black belt, I had competed, I had won big championships, so I won the Battle of Atlanta a couple times. And that was like my goal, was just like get a black belt, win one of those like big tournaments, things like that. So I went to Taekwondo and I was competing. And obviously, like when you're a kid and when you're like going into like your teenage years, your body's developing, so things change. And I've always been a person, like I put on muscle very quickly. I don't lift a lot of weights, but I can still be very muscular. And if I start to lift weights, I'll be freaking like stupid brawling. So I started to lift a little bit. But I always wanted to fight at like one of the like lighter weights, but I didn't know which weight I could really fight at, so I was always listening to my coaches at the time. So I think when I was in high school, I probably walked around at maybe like 140, 150 or something like that, somewhere around there, or like maybe 145, something like that. So they were trying to get me to cut down and get to like a 120 or something like that. And that was really rough for me because, number one, I wasn't a chubby kid, so I didn't have a lot of fat to lose. It was mostly like muscle and then a lot of water weight. And that crap sucked because I didn't know the right ways to do it because I just wasn't around the right people and they weren't showing me the right ways to do it, and then I wasn't, just at the time, was not smart enough to look the shit up on the internet and figure out the right ways to cut weight or different little tricks and stuff. So I did a lot of stuff wrong, and then I would always end up coming into tournaments like extremely drained. So one time I had to make weight. We had to go to California for nationals. And I had like 3 days, and I had to drop like, I think 8 pounds or something like that. Something crazy. It's something crazy for me just because I wasn't used to cutting weight. So we got on the plane ride. It's like a 5-hour plane ride or whatever. It is torture. So I'm exhausted because, number one, I can't eat. Like, all I can have is like this like disgusting tea, and then like the occasional like little piece of like watermelon or something, or little pack of almonds or something like just light stuff. I can't eat anything really. So I'm on the plane, and I am a plane sleeper. Okay, so like when I get on the plane, I like to put my headphones on, bump my favorite song, throw my hoodie on, go to sleep. Like I don't like to be bothered. I don't care if I'm at the window seat and you want to see outside. Don't fucking reach over me. Let me enjoy my sleep, peace and quiet. Well, no one gave a fuck about that when I was on the plane. So, sitting at the window seat, I'm just chilling, I'm asleep, I finally get my eyes closed, the plane is flying, like we got like 4 hours left, and I keep feeling like a tap on my arm. So someone is like trying to take pictures of the freaking outside. Now, I am a nice person. And if this was a little kid, or this was like a mom and her daughter or whatever, like they want to take pictures, okay, I understand. This lady had to be about 50 years old. And I was like, bro, like, and I'm not, then 50 years old is not an old age, but all I'm saying is this, like, you've lived long enough Your ass done seen some damn skies, okay? Like, you're not like a 10-year-old kid who's like flying for the first time. So like, yo, can I sleep? So she did it once. Then we go over to Grand Canyon. She did it again. Then we go over this. I'm like, bro, like, can you just chill? Like, oh my, I'm ready. I already can't eat. I gotta drink this nasty ass tea. And I gotta still do more running when I get off the damn plane. And I gotta deal with your ass thinking, oh my god, I want to just see the sky. Yo, you see the sky. Why you gotta reach over me to take some damn pictures? Anyway, so that flight sucked. So I get there. We finally get to like the hotel and stuff. I'm, I think, 4 pounds, like 4 pounds over or something like that. So I'm just grinding, trying to get the weight off. And I, for some reason, I don't know why we did this. I took laxatives, and I do not recommend anyone doing that because it dehydrates you. It's not good. Like, it freaking, like, I regret ever doing that because I would always, like, get, like, the worst kind of, like, cramps because I was, like, so dehydrated and stuff. So, I took those, but just freaking just dropping lows, all that crazy shit. So, it comes time, like the day of, comes time for me to go on the scale. And I'm like 1 pound over or something stupid like that. So I'm pissed. Like, I'm in my underwear at this point. Like, I'm in my underwear, nothing else. And I'm like 1 pound over. And I'm just like, fuck, this sucks. So thankfully, like, you get, I think the same thing happens in wrestling. I'm not sure though. But in Taekwondo, you get 2 tries. So you get 1 try. And the way it worked back then, I don't know if it still works the same way, is like, so for nationals, you get 1 try. Your first try, if you get it on the first try, then you get a point towards, like, your, like, ranking or something like that. It was weird. I don't know. Like, this shit was weird. And then if you miss that one, you just don't get the points, but you still have another chance to make the weight so you can compete and go for nationals and stuff like that. So I missed the first one by like 1 pound, so I'm like, alright, damn, it's time to go run. So I'm running. I'm just like down the street, just running. Throwing on a t-shirt, trying to sweat, running, sweat. I finally get the pounds off. And mind you, like, it's not like a private thing. Like, it's like a bunch of like random people in there. It's like a little, it's not like a established thing. Like Taekwondo is still like super duper like grassroots because like no one gives a fuck about the sport. And as shitty as the sport's gotten, like, people give less of a fuck anyway now. So like, it's like random people. It's like a scale in like the middle of this like convention hall, a bunch of people, whatever. So I'm so exhausted, I could care less if there's anyone there. So I take off all my clothes except my underwear. I just strip down to my drawers, hop on the scale before I go to like the official one, and I'm like right on weight. I like run to the scale, get on, I make weight. Dude, I was so beat. Like, I tried to, like, trying to eat after that when you're a person that doesn't cut weight normally was like the worst. So I was like trying to force myself to eat, and I started feeling sick. And then like that next day, I could not. Like, it was like literally like nothing could get like a pep in my steps. Like, I'm trying to run, I'm trying to hype myself up, I'm trying to eat, I'm trying to do all these things. And I literally I just dragged ass the entire day. Like nothing wanted to work fast. Like, everything was so slow. And it was just like, dude, like, I can't. And this was just for me. Like, honestly, I know there's a ton of people that cut weight and do it and are successful with it. But for me personally, from the experiences that I had, maybe if I would have known how to cut weight better, it would have been different. But for me, like, comfort-wise, I am always a person that errs on the side of getting your weight down to like a healthy, manageable weight that you're lean, you're in good shape, and then you fight at that weight. So like me, I walk around now at like 160. I would like maybe lose like 5 pounds to get to 155 or whatever and stay there. But that's like the most I would do. I wouldn't be cutting like 10, 15, 20 pounds and things like that. That's something these fighters do nowadays. I just couldn't do that for my health and for how I felt. I always felt better not having to cut that and then going into a fight fresh, relaxed, feeling good. But again, that all could have stemmed from the fact that I did not know what the fuck I was doing when it came to weight cutting. But there are goods and bads with it all, man. I mean, I wouldn't trade the experience for the world, just because like it taught me a lot about myself. Like, I mean, it taught me that sometimes weight cutting isn't for everybody, number one, and how damaging, like, even though I had like a mild case of it, how difficult it could be to bounce back from that kind of stuff, because it is a lot on your body. I mean, it's really not healthy at all to like do those like extreme weight cuts that fighters do, but people do it. But it was crazy, man. It was crazy. I mean, I ended up losing nationals. Like, I ended up not doing too hot. It's not even an excuse. Like, I really just, like, I shit the bed. Like, that tournament, I just shit the bed. But it was a great experience. I mean, I loved being able to go to nationals and things like that. But man, that weight cut sucked so bad. And and looking back, like, I would have never done it. Like, I would have just entered at my weight, like whatever my natural fighting weight is, and then fight at that, just because it's something that I know I could easily maintain. Weight cutting, just for me, just has never worked, and I've never felt good. And anytime I've fought my natural weight, I felt amazing. I felt fast, I felt strong, and I've always done better when I fought at like my natural walk around weight. But that is just from my perspective. If you cut weight, how do you do it? Would you recommend cutting weight? If you have tried it, what are some things that you try that work? What are some things you try that work? What are some things that don't work? Let me know. And definitely, if you enjoy, please share the Entity Dojo podcast, because it is your source for all things fighting related, whether that is combat sports or fighting games. Definitely share, man. I'm trying to grow this thing as much as I possibly can before the year is out, and then 2021 we're going to be coming at this full force. Twitter is Sensei_Global21. Instagram is International_Sensei. The Entity Dojo podcast is on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, and Spreaker. Definitely share, download it. Tell your friends, man. Tell your friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. But again, once again, man, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you very much, and we must now exit the dojo. Us.